Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder with TedderBearStamping, and today I'm going to make my mini class, or do my mini class that I was supposed to do last Thursday live on YouTube. Well, things seemed to happen that were not great. I ended up where my phone just stopped taping, and then it still said I was live, but I was not. So I only got 10 minutes into the card, and then when I finally thought that, okay, I don't think I'm live, and I started taping again, I was into the second card, and I didn't want to have you guys be where you were wondering how to make the first card or even begin the second card. So today I'm going to finish it. So I have to do it on a video instead of a live because it is our anniversary on Thursday, which is when this will go live, and we will have been married 32 years. And I am happy to say that I am still very much in love with my husband, and he makes me laugh mostly every day. So that's, I think, I always tell people, just find somebody that makes you laugh. So let's get started on our cards. Thank you. Okay, so today we're going to start off with a piece of 8.5 by 11 Coastal Cabana. I've already scored it, so at 4 1/4. Then we are going to, for the front, have two pieces, or this might be for the back. Hold on, this is the inside. This is black that is 5 1/4 by 4, and another coastal that is 3 3/4 by 5. All right, and then we have a piece of the brushed gold that is at 4 3/4 by 3 1/8. Another piece of Coastal Cabana, and this is 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. And then the black to go around it all, and that's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So I know that's a lot of cardstock, but it isn't that difficult, and I think you're going to like how it turned out. So let's go ahead and start. I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing first. All right, so you're going to come in with your brushed gold, and what I like to have you do is mark it at 1 3/4 from the top, and then 1 1/4 from the top, which goes this way, sorry. And you are going to bring in your die, and this is where it makes really cute holes. And this part right here, if you can tell, has, I don't know that you can tell, has a lip on it, so that's where it's going to cut. So you want to make sure when you line this up that, hold on, let's see. I want it to go the right way, and I think I measured it wrong. So you're going to go down here 1 1/4 or 1 3/4, and then come up here at 1 1/4. And I do think that I did it wrong, but you'd understand that, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to run it through, making sure that the lip is on the bottom. So this is how it's going to look, and I already did that, so I didn't have to bring up my machine for you. So this is how it came out, and you are going to go ahead and use both of these pieces for the front, and that is going to go on to here. So you will go and knock all these off, and I think I already have one that's done. Sorry, let's move that out of the way. And this has all the holes punched out, so you can, I don't have to sit here and mess with it. And then this is the part that was with it. So when we go to put it on the front, we're going to have it be like this and like this, but we're going to stamp our sentiment first. So let me grab that, and let me show you also, which I apologize, I know it's on the name of the site, but I just want to make sure you know what we're using. We're using the Quite Curvy photopolymer stamp set and dies. And I have in the front of the video what link you can follow to buy the bundle from me. And if you do, then you get all of these already cut, all the fixins for the card, and you also get a pillow gift, which I'll go ahead and show it to you now, and I'll show it to you again at the end. But this is Love You More Than Chocolate, and inside are 6 Hershey Nuggets, and I have both dark chocolate and milk chocolate in here. But this says a lot, that if I love you more than chocolate. So chocolate is one of my favorite things in the world, and I just think this is so cute. So let's get started on this. I just wanted to show you where we were. All right, so we know that this is going to go here at the bottom, and it's totally snug on all the corners, so the only part that's peeking out is this middle part. So this says wishing you the happiest of birthdays, and we're going to use Memento. Now on my live the other night I used for my sample I had one with Night of Navy, and then for that one I used one that I used with, what was the color? Highland Heather. And it really didn't look as good. So that's why I'm going to go this way instead. And we'll see how this looks when we're done. So I love this because it is, I just love curvy. And I think it's really cute. So let's go ahead and close this for a second. And I'm going to go ahead and put down this part. I'm using Seal Plus because that's, to me, seems to roll much nicer, and I don't have to be patient with it, which anybody that knows me, I always say that you should be patient, but it's very hard for me. All right. And I am sorry that I can't talk to you this time. I found that I really am enjoying that. The lives, which I was so terrified of doing it. But I found that I kind of enjoy it. Alright, so let's line this up. Whoop. Okay, so that's how that goes. Then we're going to come in with a piece of the DSP that is with the Snowflake, and I think it's Snowflake Wonder, but I'll have it written down because this isn't live, so I don't have to remember it. And this time, the last time I did it in gold, and I just want it to pop a little bit more, so I'm going to go ahead and do it in Memento because I really want it to shine. And it's good if you have this really inked up, because we're going to come in with clear afterwards. Clear embossing powder, that is. And since it's clear, I don't really worry so much about doing the embossing buddy. And I am not going to heat this up with you here because my heat tool is put away, but you would heat this up and it will come out like, well, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get the heat tool out. Okay, so once that's done, you're going to bring in the die that comes in the kit or in the bundle, and you're going to go ahead and run that through. So I went ahead and ran that through already, and let me put my lid on my embossing powder, and I went over it with Wink of Stella. Look at how pretty this is. I don't know, I'm hoping you can see it a little bit. That's great. Okay, so I went ahead and went over it with Wink of Stella, and then now we're going to put some dimensionals on the back. Okay, so this is going to go on the top. Oh, you know what? This should not have been put down. That was silly. Okay. Alright, so this is going to go on the top like this. And silly me, this is not supposed to be down, and I hope this can come up. Oh, it can. Good. I was worried because I used the plus, but I guess if you get it up quickly, it's not a problem. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is run this through the machine with this in it, and this is a die that just does leaves. It cuts the leaves out, but also leaves the pattern of the see if you can see it, the pattern of the stems and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and run this through. Alright, so once you have it through your machine, you're going to go ahead and take your tool here and just poke out all your leaves. And then we're going to put it aside because we're going to need these for later. Alright. So we're going to put those aside. Then you're going to go ahead and on a piece of DSP, not this one, you're going to want one that looks like what we used on this side, but I don't have one quite ready. And you're going to take a piece of your adhesive sheet and cut it so that you can lay this across, and then cut it so you don't waste any, and then take the thing off and then lay this on top for what you're, for the piece that matches up with this, and then you're going to run it through. So what you're going to come back with, I can't get it up, is one that looks like this. So this has been ran through, and I did go through twice to make sure I got through both layers, and then I put Wink of Stella on the top. So now we're going to go ahead and put this onto our card. So then we'll go ahead and put this on. That looks so pretty. Oh, and I didn't get them all out. I thought I did, but they must have been hanging off the back. There we go. Now it doesn't matter if you go over the holes because we are going to be putting something on top of them, so it doesn't really matter. So we're going to go ahead and line this up at the bottom. And this might be a good time for me not to have been doing it live because I seem to have been making a lot of mistakes today. Alright, so now you have that. And we're going to bring in this that we did with the sheet underneath. And we are going to just get it picked up because it's got the adhesive on the bottom, and just put that on there, and now it matches the coloring that we did on top, and it doesn't see how it covers up where I might have had the adhesive. So you just fill this whole thing in. I did get this idea from Cheryl. She was on just this part. I did design the card myself, but she is on YouTube, and I watched her YouTube, and I really liked how this really looked pretty with it being popped up and with the dies, or with the backing on it, because it really makes it pop up. Her name is Cheryl, and I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, so I'm not even going to try. I will probably have it in the credits, though. I want to make sure she knows that I appreciate her idea. Okay, so that is good. And now we're going to lay this onto our black piece. Make sure it's not the one for the inside, which I think it was. This one is the one for the front, because it says front. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Whoop. And I think the black really makes it pop. So that's why I'm changing it up again. I had it with Night of Navy, and now I'm trying it with the black because I think black is such a good color to make almost any other one pop. Okay, so then we're going to put this onto our base. Okay, and then for the inside, we are going to stamp on the two that I cut already. We are going to stamp Made with Love Just for You in Memento again. I'll make sure I got it inky. Not straight, so let's try it again. Might get my head in the way, so I'm sorry. That's much better. And then we're going to stamp a bird on the side and color it with the Bermuda Bay, because that is a one that looks really good with this color. And then I'm going to go ahead, that's just the dark, and then the light is going to do the rest of the bird. I just wanted to highlight that wing. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do in the front too. We are not quite done. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this onto the black. And on the inside. Okay, so one thing that I want to do with these little pieces that we had left over is we're going to put a little bit of decoration onto the front, and I'm just going to grab one. I did use glue dots for my last one, but I don't think that it works as well as doing it this way. So you're just going to put it on here, push it down, and then pull it up, and then you're just going to stick it. Well, did you get any sticky on there? Yeah, it's just easy. Hold on, let me make sure I'm in a spot that has sticky. That would help. Okay, now, whoop. Well, that does not. Hold on. Let's try this again, because this is the one that really sticks, so you gotta be careful. Okay, there. Goodness. All right, so that's gonna go here. And then we're gonna do another one. Let me get a different one. And you just bring it in like this. You don't want to have too many on. You just want to add enough to where it looks pretty. And I want one there. And then we need a small one. Come down here. And then you could put some more up here if you want, but if you can see, it just adds a little dimension. And then on the inside. So now we're going to move on to our next card, because because this is a class using the Quite Curvy Bundle. Okay, so let's move on to our second card, and this is going to be it. I designed this whole entire card around this ring, which is kind of funny because I bought it thinking I didn't really need it, but then I now love it. So of course, I always do that. I wanted to show you that they come in a package like this, and my new kitty kind of started chewing on it. But they're called gold hoop embellishments, and I really love them. So if you place an order of 35 or more within the next, before next Tuesday, you will get the fixins for this whole card, which I've already said, plus the hoop, plus I will make your bow for you. I will have these all cut and ready for you. The extra... I can't stamp anything, but I can have this die cut, and I can send this, and then you can put your own sentiment in if you don't have it. And then this is what we have on the inside. So let's get started so I can show you how to do it. First off, you're going to start off with a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 of shaded spruce. I've already scored it in half at 4 1/4. Then you're going to need 2 of the blacks. Pieces of black that are 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. You will need a scrap of shaded spruce and 2 pieces of 3 3/4 by 5 of the Just Jade, and 1 piece of gold, which is the gold foil, and it is measured at 5 1/4 by 4. And I always cut out the center because when you look at the card, you just see the outside rim, and I can use that inside for a lot of things. So that's very important to me, to be able to save as much money and good foil paper as I can. All right, so we are going to bring in our piece of Just Jade, and you are going to look at your die. Now, the one thing about this die is that the cutting is under these. I would have preferred to have it be on this side, but I think it's kind of different and I like it. So when you're going to cut it, you're going to lay it like this, and you kind of want to make sure that when you put it on, that you line it up on the side. It doesn't have to be like a full flower, but you don't want one like halfway cut. So I try to line it up like that, and it cuts the bottom off, and this stays on the top. So let me show you how that looks. So this is how it comes out, and then this is your extra piece right here. So we're going to use this piece. Now you can save this for another project if you'd like, or just toss it. And of course I am showing you what not to do, but you can see that I did leave partial flowers uncut or cut, so it's okay. I'm just saying it looks better if you don't do that. So we're going to go ahead and get our ring, and it's right here, and we are going to use glue dots to put it on, because I don't think glue will work very well, and I just want to make sure it sticks. So I roll it up really like into a little ball. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah. And then I just push it into here, and we're going to have it be where the bow is, and like just on one side, and not even all the way up. So I'm going to turn this here so I can kind of eyeball. So I'm going to have 3 all together just to make sure it holds well, and roll this up. And we're gonna, well, let's put it right here is where I said. And then we're gonna cover those up with our leaves, our stems. And I'm just gonna make sure I got 3 on here because I wanna make sure it holds. Okay, so, and none of these will show. So this is the one that I want at the bottom because I want it to be where the bow is. So we're gonna put that right here. And now, I mean, it's not coming off. It is not attached on this side, but it's attached pretty well on these 3 sides. Okay, then we're going to come in with the die that looks like this. And we're going to cut 2 to 3 from here. Then we're going to cut, let's see if I can find the little piece that I had. There is a piece of DSP, and I don't see it right off handy. Right off that. Right off handy. Okay. So it is the leaves in the DSP. So let me grab that real quick and I will show you. But here is what I've already cut out. And it is the DSP that, whoop, that one got stuck. Okay. So we have gold, shaded spruce, and this one that is just DSP with leaves on it. So let me grab that real quick. I'm going to do the 3 of each. Okay. And I think I'm going to have another gold, and I'm going to put the whole thing on this time just so that it fits nicely on the bottom. And I want to make sure I get that. Well, maybe I won't have the whole thing on. I don't like it sticking out like that. And I'm going to do one more green. And then we'll put the ribbon on it, and you won't even get to see the bottom at all. And I'm going to do this also on the bottom tier because I want to make sure it sticks. Okay, so that's a little bit fuller than the one I did before. So it's up to you on how full you want it. See, let's see if you can tell. This one is pretty full, and this one's not as. But I really kind of wanted the look of a fuller wreath, since I've already done the 2 that aren't quite as big. Okay, so now we come in with our ribbon, which is the Just Jade, and I just make 2 bunny ears, flip them over, but when I flip it over, this tail goes over on the other side, and then it just lays so nicely. I know I've shown you before, but if you're new, you might want to see how I did that. Every class I have, they want me to make their tails for them or make their ribbons. So now we're going to go and put this on, and I'm going to do one on the side so it'll lay nice and smooth. So I use 3, and they're all behind so you can't see. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. Okay, so now this is going to go onto a piece of black, and it's just going to be on there a little bit showing on the sides. Now I know on our last one you did not matter, like if you had it peeking through under here, but this time it does because we don't want that to show. So that. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so then we're going to come in with our stamp set, and it says hello. Isn't that cute? And our embossing buddy. Now if you have, let me get a little bit closer so that you can see. Okay, let's move this up. All right, and if you have cornstarch or baby powder or whatever, you can use that. Okay, so Versamark. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to not push too hard because I do not want any of the outside of the photopolymer to get Versamark on it. So we're going to put this aside and pick up our gold. And then we're going to heat set that. Okay, so then we're going to come in with a die from the, let me get this set out so you can know what it is, the Ornate Frames. And this is going to go around here. And then we're going to die cut it, which I've already done. So it's all ready. Now we're just going to go ahead and put adhesive on the back. For once, I didn't pop anything up because I really want this to show. So we're going to just put that in. I want to make sure it's even. There we go. And then we're going to put that onto the shaded spruce piece. So, whoop. Oh my goodness, did you just see that? This stuff works so good. Let's see if I can get it off. There. Oh my goodness. I just tore it. Okay, but we're going to fix it. Hopefully. Oh my. This is not going to be as pretty. Okay, so you can't tell. Yay! All right, so let's get some of this on here. And put this here. My goodness. Okay, so we have that. I will come in with the bling here in a minute. We're going to do the inside real quick. And that means we're going to stamp our pretty little flowers on here in black. And then we're going to color them. And I am going to use the same colors, or the yellows and the shaded spruce, because that's what we're using, and the yellow is going to pick up the gold. So let's put this here. Let's move in a little bit closer so you can see. All right. So I'm just going to go through on the leaves and just with the dark shaded spruce color, just a little bit where the lines are. Not a lot. I just want highlights so that when I do the light, it'll show. Okay, then the rest gets the light shaded spruce. Then I'm going to come in with the dark Mango Melody and do where I think there should be highlights, or where it will be darker, is right along the edges and under the leaves on certain point, or petals. And then with the light. That's pretty. And then of course we would go over it with Wink of Stella because we want it to be just the flowers to be gorgeous. And I love when they shimmer. Let's show you. Oh, that's too close. See how pretty that is? All right, so then you're gonna come in with your die that comes with this set and cut this out. So I've already got that done right here, and that's gonna go onto this piece right here, and we're gonna do that flat. And I am just going to put a little bit of adhesive on there and put it right there. And then this goes on the back. Oh, I'm almost out. Well, we're just going to have that stay, and maybe I'll have a little bit left over for the inside. I have a whole pack over here. I just didn't want to do it right this second. All right, so let's see. Nope. So we just throw that out, get out a new one. And pop it in. Just got to get it started. There we go. And sometimes that might happen where you get a piece that rolls up. Just make sure that you go back over it and you'll be fine. Alright, and that goes on the inside. Might help if I had it not upside down. And then let me get the bling that we are going to be using, and I'll show you my pillow gift again. So it's right here, and this is the holiday rhinestones, and I love it because it has the shaded spruce and the yellow that I used for the coloring. So I'm going to do this. Let's see, is that the same size? Yes. And then I have the shaded spruce, which I'm going to put up here. And of course we're going to need one more yellow to make it 5. And I'm just going to do that over here. Okay, so let me back it up again so that it's not quite so in your face, so I can show you everything else. So we have that with the inside. Isn't that pretty? And this again is the pillow gift, which is Love You More Than Chocolate, with chocolate wrapped DSP, and they are both milk chocolate and dark chocolate. So if you place an order, you can let me know which one you like more, and I'll just put more of that one in. All right, let me know if you need anything, and I will see you next Thursday, live this time on YouTube, and I hope to see you then. Thank you.